Charles knows what's good. We didn't run and hide. We right here, gemstone, celebratory gesture, gorilla, soft serve ice cream, rocket, original poster post clip of Charles Payne of Fox Business discussing that diamond handers will save America. Big shout to this dude for referring to it as a high degree of self-confidence and not the retarded boom. Agreed. This was refreshing to hear. Tired of all the negative crap. I might eat crayons on occasion, but I truly am a confident ape. And I have a ton of confident ape brothers. Some of them even have wrinkly brains. Web link. Laughing my butt off. What is that music? Hey Gary, it's your cousin Dave. Dave Newman? Yeah, well, you know that new sound you've been looking for? Well, listen to this. Might have lost our Gen Z cohorts with that reference, but I personally loved it. It sounds like if you described music theory to someone deaf from birth. I don't hate it, it's just alien. Human music. I like it. Shut up, Jerry. Boop beep boop. It keeps getting better. Really, what musician mad genius made this? It keeps going from bad to incredible. Start the video from the beginning. The intro with the drums is awesome. Getting some U2 arena rock vibes from it. Sounds like someone in the 80s in the sound department was told to make royalty-free music with a looping Casio and slayed it. Sounds like a machine learning algorithm via MIDI and then it ran out of good data and good ideas. Laughing out loud. You can still learn the basics of music theory if you're deaf from birth. Even a deaf person could make something far less jarring than whatever the F that was. Yes sir. I'll be back in the ring tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the day after that, day in day out, because I know I will win and Melvin will lose. Your drive will definitely make you a winner, brother Ape. Ape didn't hear no effing bell. I'm not effing leaving. If they aren't meant to be eaten, why do half the crayons have food names? Red delicious. Flesh. You sound fun to hike into the middle of nowhere with. Username checks out. I use an iron on my brain to get the wrinkles out. You are awesome. Huh. I use an iron to knock out the wrinkles on my birthday suit. And eat tendies. Yeah, I paused and looked at that chart, and really, the upper right quadrant, high expected benefit with high perception of risk, is basically the smart YOLO quadrant. Bottom right, high expected benefit with no perception of risk, is where they put us. I would argue we're really upper right, but if the chart is to be believed, welcome to dumb YOLO, population us. Edit, by the way, what's going on in the Netherlands? High risk with no expectation of reward? So gloomy. By the way, what's going on in the Netherlands? High risk with no expectation of reward? No, high risk. So high they forget they took the risk, so can't expect rewards. This dude's man is fat. Original poster replies. BDE faux show, smiley face, celebratory gesture. I believe this is what he would have liked to say. But he kept it professional. Charles Payne is a diamond ape himself. He would have talked apish but spoke English so the media could understand. Gemstone, gorilla. I'm sure Citadel was full of confidence when they started shorting GME. Now they just look retarded. Either it works out and you are a confident beast of a retard. Confidence in stocks you hate is some Dunning-Kruger crap. Confidence in stocks you like, along with millions of other people, is beating the criminals at the game they rigged. Confident beast of a retard is now my formal title, thank you sir. Mods get this monkey flared. Also a good band name. Is that the FBI guy from Hackers? Retard strength. Stealing future audience share from corrupt CNBC. Smart play. AKA, Diamond Hands. Charles in charge. Of our days. And our nights. And my axe. I was hoping until the end he'd say diamond balls, but to be honest, Only DFV and some other few should really go by that epithet. Diamond dogs. Diamond dongs. That's why you're the boss, DFV. The one and only. I let out a roar when he said that. Here we go, man, push it. Buying the dip, buying the dip. I need a new remix soon, using this clip and a new Kevin reaction. I'm sure he'll be crapping his pants on live during the next squeeze. LMFAU Charles Payne forever the homie. He looks so proud speaking about the apes, gorilla. That crap slaps. When we get to the moon, I'm getting a Lambo with vanity plate GME ape. Song is such a jam and the video is straight fire. He said Gen Z cohorts laughing my butt off. Come, younglings, we will show you the way. LMFAO a generational handoff. I was on board but he lost me with bootstraps and American exceptionalism. I don't think that's even close to what's happening with our generations laughing out loud. I worked with Charles in North Virginia at a conference. I was an AV director, and he was such a nice and genuine person. Yup, me too. I worked a conference once. I can relate as well. I'm a fan of the National Football Conference. No way. I got suckered into going to an Amway convention once. Small world. I too can relate, I have a fan. I saw the word conference on a billboard while walking toward a bus that I think was heading toward another conference. His son has pretty okay. Done, white check mark. Do you have to if you own a cash account? Doesn't hurt to check. I just checked with Fidelity and they said I was good. Took less than 10 minutes. If you have a cash account you are no longer on margin. So you should own them and have them. I just emailed Robinhood and they said that when shareholder votes come around you will be sent a link through a third-party app to vote by proxy. I am on a cash account with Robinhood, so as I understand if I have the ability to vote then I have the shares assigned to me. Thought so, thanks. Just keep reading about recalling them and want to watch this rocket fly. I'm on a margin account, but I'm not using any margin. Like I'm not using margin on any of my positions right now. Do I still have to recall my shares? I am not sure, but you should contact your broker. They will be able to tell you where you stand. Tell them you plan on using your shares to vote in the upcoming shareholders meeting and they will get you where you need to be. If you are on Robinhood, your account is margin by default. It is by default and you can change it. There is a guide on how to do it, but I cannot remember where I saw it. It takes a few days to clear up. If you email Robinhood, they will downgrade you to a cash account on the same day. If you're using instant deposit, it will go into effect after your cash settles. Technically, if you are trading through a brokerage, you actually never own title your shares. The only shares that are actual title to individual investors are usually shares in privately held companies or classes of shares that don't typically trade for publicly held companies like Google Class B supervoting stock. Web link. Interesting. How does something like this affect those who intend to exercise their voting rights with a company that they hold shares of? It doesn't affect voting rights at all if you buy the stock through a broker. What you are buying is the right to own the stock and therefore all the rights that associate with it, including voting. It is possible to sever the voting rights from the other rights associated with owning a stocks, like what happened with Mackenzie Bezos, but that is relatively rare. Is $1 million worth a 5 minutes confirmation phone call? Made me smile when I reached out today. TDA confirmed to me this afternoon that long holders of shares will always have the right to vote, and that if you're on a cash account your shares are not lent out. Just did this about an hour ago with Fidelity. Had no idea by having margin enabled I'm auto-enrolled in their share lend program. Call your brokers. Do I need to call or am I able to do it on the website? Call them. They are incredibly helpful and didn't care that I was clearly not as informed as their usual clients. It literally took 10 minutes. You might have to hold for a bit, but I got through in not too long. Seriously, don't fret. I'm new. I own 2.5 shares I purchased on Robinhood a couple weeks ago. Can I recall my shares on Robinhood? Not a RH user, but from what I understand, RH is some hybrid effery of cash/margin. Perhaps someone can clarify this and elaborate how it pertains to being able to recall your shares? Pretty sure your account is margin until the cash settles, and then from there you're a full-fledged cash account. Just make sure you're buying with settled cash and you should be in the clear. I also am retarded, so that may be misinformation. Please correct me where necessary. Edit. See comments for better DD. I'm on RH. You can set your account to cash only and turn off instant settlement. Once that is done, your shares won't be lent out. Call and ask, and make sure you're not on a margin account, but have a fully settled cash account. Laughing out loud, call. Don't forget to move your shares to something other than Robinhood, who take from the poor to give to the rich. Called Vanguard. We're getting lots of calls for this. You're going to be receiving information on the 15th in regards to the shareholders meeting and the recall. Also, we don't lend our investors securities, so don't have to worry there. Anything else I can help you with? Vanguard is the tits. I love Vanguard, just an old train that keeps on chewing. I called and they saying the same thing. Their website is great if you like hide and seek trying to buy anything. Give this man a raise. His partner was pissed. 'Cause he knows it true. Just like my rocket price is starting to rise again. Charles FTW. Yeah, that half second of stink face was priceless. Those faces galvanized my utter hatred of those old fat cunts. Yeah, it was so worth it to see the white dude's face as the mic got passed. His guests that he has on are elite as well. Charles is the effing man. That chart goes up and I'm like, Murica F yeah. Fun fact, you couldn't see Canada on that chart because we were directly behind America. Don't leave us out, we're just as retarded. I effing love those bloody pyromaniacs from the Great White North. Last time we effed with them they burned down the White House. Respect. Yeah, we got EBs back. American exceptionalism is back. Almost brought a tear to my eye. USA. On the news tomorrow, Charles Payne fired from Fox for rallying with apes. He'll have more money than those clowns after the MOAs. Bet dude is deep in them. And my wife. And her boyfriend. And my ex. You know goddamn well he is reading this thread right now with a giant grin on his face. Dude's one of us tards. Has the guy trying to buy GameStop with GameStop. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.